live. Happy Sunday. We're inside of a Cardano short position right now, up about 20%. Well, why don't you look at that? I can't even see the word Cardano on this position. Let's have Claude actually fix this. We're going to be vibe coding today and improving our advanced trading terminal. So I'll show you guys what that looks like right now, but let's actually first get this little bug here solved because you can't even see the word Cardano. Hey, Claude, could you please fix the live board? The text is a little too big, so I can't see the full name for Cardano. All right, guys, welcome back to the live stream. So we're gonna ride this short position. I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I'm looking at here on the chart. So here's the advanced trading terminal. We entered into this position a little bit earlier today. As you can see, this was our entry. So we had this little spike that we pushed up, and I decided to enter into the short position here with currently it looks like a $12,000 allocation. And this is the 5 minute. Let's go to the 15-minute chart so you can clearly see this position. I mean, just notice here how like we really started to top out at that $19 break even. We got above it slightly, and there are a lot of other altcoins that started to push up, but that 19 was acting as a very strong resistance. And so we entered into that short right here. And so far we're seeing this downside push. Let's see. I mean, I think this is a pretty solid position if you ask me. And so, I mean, I've got my target set just down right here at 1831. Let's see if we can make it there. Currently 20% in profits. It looks like we might be riding this one down pretty strong. And I tell you that because on the 6-hour chart, notice how much more room we have to the downside. So I think we're overall seeing a pullback in the market to come into this open because we did see a little bit of a push up this weekend. And I think there's no reason that the crypto market shouldn't see further upside this week, because despite last week being so volatile with the semiconductors, it was actually one of the best days ever for semiconductors. So that's what people don't realize. Like, we had like the worst day ever followed by the best day ever, because after Ken Griffin bailed out that hedge fund, I mean, most of those semiconductors bounced like 20-30%. And so that's going to be interesting coming into this Monday open. So I'm watching the stock market. Look at Baba, Alibaba in after hours pushing up about 4% right now. And you guys saw oil, right? Oil dropped a gap down, and that was a very, very interesting thing to see, because typically we'll see asset prices increase when oil is doing that. So it looks like we have a link short on the board right now. Let's pull up our formal board. You can see a little bit of the volatility here now yourself. I mean, just check out crude oil, down 6% to come into this week. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous, right? I mean, when do you see oil down 6%? That's very rare. And you can see what that's doing to commodities, slightly pushing up, but more importantly, stocks are moving up. Amazon on the board just now at 1.5% to the upside coming into this pre-market session. So that's interesting to see. Now we've got Amazon on the board. So, oh, look at that. Is that right? Amazon is coming on the board as a B graded trade. That's interesting. Okay. So that looks like a pretty good short position. Let's look at this. Pull up the Amazon chart really quick. Why is it saying to short? Do not tell me we're in price discovery, because the algorithm is not supposed to short when we're in price discovery. No, don't tell me that. It's literally telling us to short price discovery. I'm pretty sure Amazon is about to head into price discovery. Okay, this is really close to price discovery. All right, this is a good place to just pause for a second, and let's actually improve the algorithm here for a second, because at the end of the day, we have to remember we're vibe coders, right? And so we're still trying to get this algorithm to work phenomenally, right? Phenomenally. And this right here, to me, looks like price discovery. I mean, look at Apple, or Amazon, I'm sorry, pushing up into the overnight, 275.59. It looks like our session high was 268 for Amazon. So one of the rules in fade trading is to never short all-time high. So I really hope this isn't a short position that it's asking us to do. Yeah, it is. So here, let's actually ask Claude why this is the case. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this, put it into Claude, and then I'm also going to take a screenshot of the Amazon chart and show it to Claude and say that we're approaching our 52-week high. Because guys, remember, we're coding this thing together. Once this is done, we're gonna launch and we're gonna not have to code anymore. And this thing is just gonna print money for us. And so just realize what we're doing together is so important. And you guys need to help me code the advanced version of this platform. Once we get that down, it's over. I mean, we're gonna start YouTube series on this, businesses on this. It's gonna be phenomenal. But let's fix this really quick. Hey, Claude, it looks like an Amazon short just came on the board with a B grade. And it looks like it's not yet in price discovery, but it's very close to price discovery. It looks like it's hitting its session high. And one of our rules is to never short price discovery, especially shorting price discovery. I mean, that's a very risky thing. Could you please look into why the algorithm recommended this B graded trade? I'm just gonna ask. And I tell you that, guys, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but our win rate is public record, and we're currently sitting at a 90% win rate. So I'm going to show you guys that right here, because here's the platform that we have to work on together. It's going to be the basic version of the advanced terminal. But more importantly, if you go to the record, you can see our A-graded trades have a 90.5% win rate. Our B-graded have a 65.4% win rate. So that Amazon one being a B, I'm not surprised. Definitely shouldn't be a A, which is good. And we're going to fix that to make sure that it might not even deserve to be a B, because I wouldn't want to short anything that's going into price discovery. And I made that mistake with Apple initially. And so we'll see. I mean, this doesn't look as dangerous because you've got this triple top forming, but I still think it's food for thought. I mean, I just personally, with no established levels, I'm not going to be shorting. Let's look at our live trade. Still up about 20%. Link on the board for the crypto market. Yeah, unfortunately, all we had on the board today was a short, so we took the short. All good. Let's continue further, guys. So, essentially, this is where we're at. Now, I want to show you guys something really interesting about the algorithm. And this is what we're going to be building on. And it actually is on the app page. So let me pull up the app page really quick for you guys. So if you actually go into your settings and you click the algorithm, you can see what the win rate is for the algorithm. But more importantly, you can see here our next 3 versions are now being tested, and those win rates are even beyond what we're currently seeing with V4.5.0, which has a 91% hit rate on the A-graded trades, which means it's phenomenal. But our C and Ds are below 75%. So that was the whole intention for version 4.6, 7, and 8, is how do we get this C and D grade up? And so far we've done a good job, because now it's back up to 95% to 100%. So we're going to continue to get this algorithm tuned up to be the best. But I love the mobile platform because it's the first one that we built, and everything is just so convenient. Look at this. So this short came out, and it's down 2.2% since the alert. So that's how you know the alert's actually working, and that it's continuing further with the move. So let's see what Claude is doing to help us, because we're trying to get this terminal to be a little bit better. Oh, you know what? I had the idea of creating an alert system here. So I'm actually going to create an alert button on our advanced terminal. Okay, I hate that this sometimes happens, where it's taking too long to load, but that's fine. Okay, we're all fully in there. Here's our advanced trading terminal. It's funny, we don't even need TradingView anymore. Hey, Claude, could you add an alert system that I can use on my charts that will sync across mobile and all devices. Okay, we're going to create an alert system on our chart. The whole point of the advanced terminal is to put you in a place where you don't need to focus on anything but what matters in that moment to make money. So the whole idea here is like, notice how on this trade, it's a very clean chart. I have a volume button that I can see the volume. I can see the price action through the candle structure. And it's very plain. It's very straightforward. And most importantly, we have our alerts here on the left-hand side. So what that means is we're constantly seeing what the best setups are in the board when it comes to the stock and the crypto market. So let me fix another bug really quick. Hey Claude, why when I zoom in using my pinch zoom on my Mac on this screen, sometimes it will just take me to the mobile app out of nowhere? Could you fix that? Okay. So it's probably thinking that I'm switching to mobile every time I zoom in like that for you guys. But notice how this is super convenient here as well. Like to move my stop loss, I can just literally do this and I can move my stop loss. And right now it's, you can obviously see it's sitting at break even. So I'm gonna leave it there. You can see I have my take profits here and I can very, very easily move this take profit just depending on where I want it to go. And I mean, to be quite frank with you, this is a pretty sick short position. I think we can even drop this a little bit further, this take profit. I say that because let's just go to the 1 day chart and look at this position and look how clean this is. I mean, just look how clean our entry is. I'm going to put it on a white line here so you can clearly see our entry. But this is our entry right here, right? And so that's a very, very good position to be seeing a reversal, to have an entry here. I think that there is a chance we could see a further pullback, and that would be very interesting. Did you guys see what I meant for that bug? It just switched to mobile. Interesting, huh? But that's where we're at right now with the algorithm. So what I need help with is we have a few different concepts that are already built, right? We have the advanced trading terminal here. You have your AI coach. I can talk to the AI coach about my trade here, which is really cool. Here, like, coach me on my open trade. Let's see what the AI coach does. You can see it's pulling my book now. I'll show you guys. This is the AI coach. Thinking it through, holding it against the method. Your ADA short is up 330 and your stop's already protecting you at 19. So you literally cannot get liquidated here. This one's right. Boom. Here's the catch. That's you. Your winners die at 3 hours, losers ride 14. This is a winner. Target's 17,718 and price is 1851. So there's room left. Don't grab crumbs and bail. Let it walk to the level. Well, it's doing a pretty good job so far. So, you know, up about 21% on this position. But this is our AI coach. And then here's our log. It's logging every move we make, showing us how many good decisions and bad decisions we're making every single day, what our worst decisions are, right? And what our best decisions are. So set stop past liquidation, added to a losing trade. Very, very cool stuff. And then, of course, our academy, which this in itself is just phenomenal knowledge. So you have this advanced trading terminal. The point of this terminal is to have a place for the desktop. And, you know, I found myself constantly going to Hyperliquid's chart just to like move my stop loss and take profit to see my liquidation and stuff. And I just very much prefer this over that. And that's just where I'm at. Look at this 5 minute. It looks like it's going to try to climb back up. That's going to be an interesting climb, huh? Let's look throughout the board. How does BNB look? Oh, wow. That's not looking good. How does Bitcoin look? Let's pull up Bitcoin's chart because I think we pulled back from 64. Have you guys seen the August performance for Bitcoin? Where it's like the last 3 years, we've had like down 10% every August. So people are like, hey, what's going to be different about this time around? I don't know if anybody's seen that, but I think that's interesting, right? So let's continue moving on and look at Bitcoin's chart really quick, guys. We are pulling back here with Bitcoin on the hourly. Let's really dig into this and see where we're at in this consolidation. Guys, isn't that funny? We're actually back to where I talked about this on our last live stream. So look at this. Remember I told you guys Bitcoin was sticking here to the $63,000 level? So we pretty much tested below that level when there was that Bitcoin wallet hack. And that was a little bit of FUD that gave us a strong entry here for a long position. So we faded that. If you guys remember, we went long 40x on Bitcoin on our last live stream. And then we took advantage of that push up. And I told you guys this right here, this middle part was homeostasis for Bitcoin. As long as inside of the $63,000 range, it has a heartbeat. And not only that, it was inside of this range throughout the worst sell-off in the semiconductor history. So you can see we came back to this consolidation zone, tested above it again, came back, actually wicked above previous highs, showing strength. So this is all showing, to me, it shows strength. I mean, you can consider this an inverse head and shoulder if you want to talk about market structure. You can consider this almost a triple bottom. I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at this. I mean, you can literally consider this right here, the head, right? Left shoulder right here. So let's see what really happens here to Bitcoin. But I think there's a potential that we could see some bullish action. Here's where I would exit my trade, right? Because it's important to talk about exit. I'd probably exit my trade at the lower end of this range here at 63,000. So I think if we go below this support and we start to trend down, we're going to see a pretty solid exit for this trade that we're in. So let's just stick to the short position. Remember, with short positions, the asset will take the ladder up and then take the elevator down. So we're pretty much taking the elevator down right now. And it looks like we're going to see another leg to the downside straight into our profit target. So that's why you saw me, I dropped my profit targets a little bit because I'm already stop loss and break even here. Pretty solid entry at 19 cents. I think if we can ride this down here, then we can finally potentially see a bounce. And then look, Cardano will go back to its consolidation zone down around this area, which you can see it likes to hang out here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this just reverting to the mean essentially, right? Here's that support level, that ascending support level right here. You can clearly see it with this trend line. So let's see what happens. I mean, that's what we're betting on right here. And anyways, I'm gonna need some help with the simple version of this platform, guys. So for whoever's watching on the live, what's really important is that we improve this simple version. Right now it's turning into like a betting platform, but I wanted it to be a little bit different. So you can see this is a 66.7% win rate. BTC opened at 63,502. Okay, where did that go? Up or down? Okay, so here's the concept. Tell me what you guys think. BTC opened at 63,502. Which price hits first? 62,728 or 64,276? I would actually put my money on this side. Now, what's interesting is, let's see, what does it look like on $1,000? I want to see what the stakes are on 1,000. So this is saying 100. How do I increase that stake? So this is what we're going to build together, guys. This is still very early on. It's in its infancy. What if we did paper first? $1,000. That doesn't look like it's working. Live first. Okay, 1,000. New picks right 1,000 paper. Okay, let's refresh. See if it's gonna give us 1,000 now. Okay, I think that's better. No. Okay. So we need to fix this. Hey, Claude, it's still saying 100 paper when my minimum on my settings is set to 1,000. So could we fix the stake per pick? And just to be quite frank, it's just very hard to understand these trades and the simple platform. There's just so much going on. There's never a grade A trade, so I don't know why we're allowing to filter through that. So I think the filter should switch now to crypto versus stocks. And the grades should just be an addition to the filter because you can't control what type of grades are on the board. So could you please fix that? And what was our opinion on the risk to reward ratio for these simple picks? Okay. Do you guys want to see the Claude as well as we're coding? It's up to you guys. But let's look at the board. Cardano is pushing a little bit further up. Here, we'll take a look at it right now. Yeah, there it is. Starting to try to push up. That's okay. I think we have a pretty solid position here. Let's see what the AI said about the Amazon trade. Here. Okay. I need to do something to the back end. I need to reset the algorithm's calibration system. So bear with me. And you guys know I don't like to short the crypto market when we're sitting at these lows, because I mean it's like how much lower could we go? And so you got to take these trades and, you know, be pretty quick with them. You don't want to stay too long in a short position, in my opinion. Not when you're at these lows. It's just very dangerous. All right, I'm logging into the Brains, but for those that are just tuning in, this is our advanced trading platform. Look at Amazon. That's why it's asking us to short. It's spiking so quick. I'm not going to short Amazon. It doesn't sound like a good idea. It really doesn't sound like a good idea. Not coming into all-time highs. Now Alibaba, that's a different scenario. I mean, I could see us shorting Alibaba easily. Oh, wait, hold on. No, not yet. I'm looking at our new algorithm, and we've not yet gotten the approval to promote it. Not yet. Hey, is there any more records that were similar to TRX that were not supposed to be there, or are we good now? What are we gonna do about the trade setups on the simple platform? All right. I'm curious to get you guys' opinion. Should we be marketing this as a simple platform to just get on one side of the bet? Should we be marketing the advanced terminal? Should we be marketing the AI coach? Or should we be marketing the signals itself, the graded signals that are coming? I think those are the two real plays. It's the AI coach and marketing, or the signals for the marketing side. But we got to figure that out, right? As a team. Okay, look at this. We're trying to push up. It's like we pretty much just recovered all of the losses or the downside. I mean, we want to see this for a short position, but look at that. I mean, we're getting a V-shaped recovery here. But is that happening to Link and BNB and all of the other coins? I mean, BNB, it's not as much, not as significant. But I think that's fine. We'll stay in the trade. So far, so good, right? Cameron said, what's your overall P&L so far through all 8 days? We took this $8,000 account, and now it's at $20,000. So we did that on the live stream, but that's like 14 or 15 days. So I'm really confident coming into this week, though. It's probably going to be one of our best weeks because now we're going to finally be able to go long on semis. Like, we've unwinded all the leverage. So I think literally it's the best time ever to be trading. Crypto is at all-time lows, so going long is super, super easy now. And then it's also very easy to go long the stock market because all the semis are back to their lows. They're not over-exaggerated in highs, right? So guys, I really need help with this simple version of the platform. I'm really trying to get this down right. This is the most, I guess, raw version of it so far. What will Bitcoin price hit in August? Okay, so if I have $1,000 in this, I want to see what the results are. So for $100 I win, I'd basically double my money, but I want to do something a little bit more significant. Let's see. Oil, which price it's first? It's at 83. Interesting. So it wants us to go through, and I don't know about taking one of these trades yet while it's so premature. I mean, if this was trading our grade A setups with a 90.5% win rate, I would be very happy. Except they're very less often going to be grade A setups as there will be the B, C, and D. So unfortunately right now there is no grade A setup on the board. But like with one of these bets, I think that the grade A's are the play. And what we can do is we can do a max leverage play. So when you're making the bets, just a max leverage, we know our ratio is 90.5 on the algo in terms of win rate. It's a no-brainer, right? So that's the whole concept of that. But we'll have to see how that looks. Okay, let's see what else we have on the table. Let's see what Claude is saying. It's checking on the Amazon trade and why it gave us that alert for no reason. Okay, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback right now for Cardano. So profits are pouring in, which is good. Look, we have this new alert button that we just created on our chart. So let's test it out. So if I pull up like a Cardano chart here, let's see our position. I think it's trying to refresh our account. Let me log in here. Boom. Session expired. All right, we're having a little bit of a bug here to log in, so just bear with me. That's because Claude is working inside of the repo, so we'll just be a little patient here. If you guys saw the back end to my algo, it'd freak you out. I mean, I can show you like I'll show you a sneak peek. But you guys, you really can't share this with anybody. Here, I'll show you a sneak peek and you'll see what the back end looks like. It's actually quite amazing. Look at that. That's the algorithm's brain. So it's looking at every single stop loss, put Amazon through it, put it on a B path. So that's what it's all about. This is the algorithm's brain. So we're currently at a 90.5% hit rate using this. You can see that the most important factors. Here's the board, and this is when it's scanning with the stock market. And then I have a recalibration if I need it. I can't wait to launch V4.6, 7, and 8. The results on these are insane. Let's see what setups it's given right now. I heard V4.8 is really the craziest one right now. Yeah, this one right here is the best one. Cardano's coming in, or yeah, Cardano, Crude, and Baba all came in at a B. Amazon's a B on the 4.8 algo? That's insane. There's no way. That's interesting. All right, let's see if this bug is fixed. If we can get back on our trading terminal. Yep, there you go. All right, so we just created this new alert system. Let's try it out. Sign in to set alerts. Okay, it's still working in the repo. Give it a second, guys. The backend is still being updated from the updates. Let's check out our live trades. Yeah, I think we're gonna let this baby ride. It's not letting me log in right now. It's saying session expired. Could you please check on this? Boom. Why the algo shorted Amazon near the highs? The price discovery guard didn't fail. Amazon's prior 52-week high is 278.56 set May 5th, about 2.4% above Friday's close. So by the rule, there's real resistance overhead and it isn't discovery. Your instinct still caught something real though. Two things made that setup thin. Your sensitivity slider is at 0.5x, so Amazon's effective trigger was just 1.5%. And the weekend re-anchor measures the move against Friday's close, erasing the memory that Friday itself was a plus 15.3% move, earnings repricing, which the 8% ceiling would have refused to trade. The tape repriced 15%, and by Saturday, the algo treated a 1.5% drift as a fresh stretch. My recommendation is a repricing cooldown guard. When the cumulative multi-session move exceeds the repricing ceiling, no fade short on that time frame for a few sessions. It's designed and ready. Say the word and I'll build it as a hard guard. I don't know if we should build that as a hard guard, because now we're messing with something that, I mean, does that make sense to have that? What do you guys think, chat? Should we add that in as a rule? So here, I'll show you guys what Claude is showing me, so you guys can also see it. And then, I mean, really, it's kind of tough to show you, but it's really just this right here is what it's saying. So I think we really got to figure this out. So, oh, check that out. Boom. Was I able to get the screenshot on there? Here, let's see. That's interesting. Okay. So, here, we'll show you guys. You guys see that? So that's what the algo is saying. Chart alerts synced everywhere. Pinch zoom, flipping to mobile, fixed. $100 stake fixed. Up or down races were hard coded to 100. They now ride the same stake settings. Filter redone your way. Live markets now filters all crypto stocks. More TRX like records. 2 answers right now. I cross checked every crypto. Clean IP, zero divergence, tape is clean. 4-year gate prevents now poisoning. Sweep all binds, a dry runs, beautiful. The trade setup sounds simple. My take, the cards still speak trader, leverage, liquidation, R multiples to people who came for which price it's worth. I'd strip simple cards down exactly 3 facts. Your stake, 2 prices. Yeah, let's do that. That's it. Yeah, go ahead and simplify it exactly like that. I agree 100%. And I don't know, but please explain the repricing cooldown guard with me and backtest it before we change anything. And realize this, Claude, at the end of the day, the cooldown guard shouldn't just affect price discovery or moves to the upside, but there's also a scenario where Tesla was down and repriced after earnings, and that should have also been in a cooldown guard for at least a day or two or a few sessions. So I actually do think that that's a great idea. We should do a cooldown guard. But is there a way to get notified when that is triggered on the admin dashboard potentially? All right, let's see what Claude does there. Let's get this off the screen for you guys. Our live trade still in profits. Let's pull up our advanced trading terminal. Who do we have on the stream today on the chat? Oh, beautiful. All right, so let's get Claude to fix this. And yes, this is the brains to the algo, which is awesome. So yeah, look at this short setup that just came up. But apparently it's saying it's not a real setup. And that makes sense. The only real setup on the board is this Cardano trade. And do you notice how this one is, the Amazon trade has a dotted line around it? That means that it's essentially a setup that's only on the board if the sensitivity was put down. It wasn't actually a real setup from the flagship algo. So that is just some food for thought. But it's coming in as a B because it's a major stock. And you don't see major stocks that volatile. So here, let's get out of the command center. This is a very private screen. And I will then show you guys the live trade. Give me 1 second. Let me merge this. Beautiful. All right, we have an update here. So let's check out our simple platform. Let's do a quick temperature check on our trade, and then we'll get into it. Oh, look at that. Bitcoin's coming back into this area that I was telling you guys about. So you can see that this is where it loves to trend, and the $63,000 level is what held it through the worst semiconductor sell-off in history. All right, so let's check out U8. We're in a Cardano short. All right, look, it broke through this 200 period on the 5-minute. You see that? Last time that happened, let's see. Last couple of times that happened, we break through, we test it, we reject. We finally get up, we move up. Break through, get right back up, test below. So we love testing below this. 200 period multiple times. And this is the first time since this hyperextension that we're testing that level again. So I think there's a very high chance we see continuation to the downside. I mean, look how overstretched this 200 period came flying up. So unless something very significant is happening with Bitcoin, I don't see a justification for this move. And then the volume would support that. Look at this volume. Just sellers on the table here. So we'll continue this short. Let's check out the simple version of the platform, how that came out. All right. Threshold calibration. Okay, what's happening here? Should I run this? I might have to do a threshold recalibration. Basically, it recalibrates all of the important levels for every asset based on its recency of price action. Let's check the live board. It's really just Cardano on the board that I see. All right, it's continue its push down. All right, we just recalibrated our whole algorithm. It does it every month. It's an auto recalibration from the monthly candles. So that's why it's August. All right, it's pushing back down. Nothing significant that I see. I think we're gonna see continuation here. Okay, let's check out our simple platform. How did that come out? I think it's still updating. I want to see what 1,000 stake would look like. Okay, let's sign in here. This is the simple version. Let's see if it let me in. For anybody asking, like, hey, what is this strategy that we're using? Let me teach you real quick. To bet against a sharp market move, expecting a price that jumped or crashed too fast to turn back around. That's what our trades are. That's what all of these signals are. That's what these are. That's what the algorithm is tracking. That's what you see coming up here. These are the signals that you see under stocks and crypto here. These are all fades, right? So when something is moving beyond its normal volatility, what we found is with a 90% win rate that we can actually track these and create trade setups 24/7. So one second, let me talk about this threshold calibration. Hey Claude, I went ahead and did the threshold calibration and it's starting, nothing's changed. It's still showing the screen and I don't see it actually working. Please look into it. All right. Let's see. Beautiful. The repricing cooldown guard plainly. Today's ceiling rule is plus 15% day is a repricing, not a fade. but that memory dies at the next session boundary. By Saturday, Amazon's move was measured from Friday's close, so a 1.5% drift requalified a name that had just repriced 15%. The guard would remember after any single session move beyond the name's repricing ceiling, in either direction, no new fade against that move for end sessions. Up gap. I backtested the premise before touching anything. In 1 year, your actual universes, your actual per name thresholds and ceilings, fade entered at the breach close, judged by your ledger's conservative, both hit is a loss rule. What it found, down price repricing supports you strongly. A fade long taken the day after a big down move won only 20%. The knife keeps cutting on day one, but by day three, the snapback works again. Plus, up repricing surprised me. The day after, short actually did better than normal. Day one of an up gap often retraces, while day twos and threes regraded badly. Honest caveat, these cohorts are small, and the proxy can't replicate the algo's level of structural directional evidence. So a blanket symmetric hard veto isn't what the data says. My recommendation, keeping the house disciplined, ship it as a cooldown watch first. The scan detects every repricing and stamps the cooldown. Nothing changes in grading. You get exactly notification as for a repricing cooldowns card on the admin algorithm tab, plus a line in the public scan long. Amazon reprice, most for fade shorts would be held 2 sessions. After a couple of weeks, we'll know how often it fires on which side, and the enforcing vision enters promoted. Okay, that seems like a safe way to create this cooldown watch first. So let's go ahead and proceed with it. So it's basically saying that it's gonna alert me on the app whenever it's a cooldown. And so that's so important because one of my biggest liquidations was actually a Tesla trade the day after earnings. And we saw a massive drop and it just kept dropping. And so the other bad trade that I had was Apple, which was doing the same thing on the opposite direction and broke into all-time high territory. And then I got screwed and stuck in a short because it was all-time highs. And so I think this cooldown effect could really help us. And now it's just gonna notify us once we get into a cooldown. So once we're into a cooldown, we at least know like, hey, like Amazon was up 15%. Yeah, it's up today and we could fade it, but do you really wanna fade it because it was up 15% on Friday, right? And there's probably a little bit more room to go. So, see, these little nuances is what makes the algo super powerful. So, I think that's an interesting part. Let's take a look at our short position for Cardano. So we're heading down, as you can see. This is positive news. We'll continue to see this pull back. You guys can see just all these lower highs forming, and we're just sort of rounding at this point. A lot of these cryptocurrencies that were on my log earlier, they're not there anymore, and you know why? Because they all pulled back, so they're not volatile enough. So that gives me a really good reading on what's happening here to Cardano. I think that there's certainly a little bit more room left there, so we can ride that a little bit further down. Let's pull up Bitcoin really quick. See where Bitcoin is at. See, is it back in the lower end of that range? No, it's trying to get there. Let's look at a couple other altcoins. So we have ZEC, USDT. Let's look at Zcash. Pulled back completely. Sol USDT. Look at that, pulled back completely. I mean, we're talking complete pullback. Wow. So I mean, the only thing left right now is Cardano. It's the only thing left, right? It's time for Cardano to pull back. So let's stay in this short position. As a matter of fact, I think we got ourselves a pretty solid entry here. We can even move our take profit a little bit further down. Let's log into our advanced trading terminal to make sure that's working properly. Let's see here. Okay. Why am I not logged in? Let's see if we can get back in. Boom. We're in. But are we actually in? No, not yet. I think the AI is still working on the repository, guys. Just bear with me. But yeah, I think we have some room left to go down. All right, let's check out the simple platform and see what the AI did. It's still not letting me log in. If you could help me out. All right. We're gonna get this fixed. In the meantime, let's refresh this. Is this updated? I don't know if this is being updated. 1 second. Boom. Yeah, look, it's not working. Give me a second. Everything's bugging out. All right. Hey, Claude, it also logged me out of my live board. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, I'm working on this. Getting us back up. A little bit of technical difficulties here. I think it's just that we're working inside the repository. Cardano's pulling back. We're still in our live trade. I'm just gonna get the screen back up. Oh, look at that. Pretty bearish 15 minutes. Look at this. Look at this tail and that candle body. It's pretty bearish 15-minute candle. looking at this as like the target, 18.15. I think we'll take profits there. Oh, we're back. We can log in. All right. Here's our live trade on our terminal. Okay, let's check out our new simple platform. Okay, so if we stake six, it's just we'll basically we got to pick a side, guys. Win the algorithm, grade C long side, 40x pick. 13 hours left. Do we get in? 40x leverage. We're at 63,000. Did we even tap 64? No, we didn't tap 64. Let's see really quick. Let's pull up our live board. Pair this. Give me 1 second. All right, let me pair this with my account. All right. Almost done. Pair TV. All right. So we're back in business here. Here's our live trade. L62QUM. Why is it saying not a valid code? That doesn't look like a valid code. That's weird. Here, I have an idea. Why don't we try it from this side? 1 second. Boom. Every time you're working on the repo, it gets buggy. There you go. Okay, we're back. Back in business. There's our trade. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, let's get back to it, guys. Let's get back to it. Oh no. Why is there a commodity here? That's not supposed to happen. Hey, Claude, if game mode is on, I don't think there should be a commodity shown here. Okay, beautiful. Let's turn off game mode. All right. Okay. Let's look at our simple platform. Really got to build this out, guys. I need some good ideas on this one. Come on. All right, so here's what we have so far. Basically, we go to up or down. All right, let's see this trade for an example. There's nothing really here to do. I'm just gonna tell the AI, like, hey, I'm just kind of disappointed with the simple platform. Like, I really, there's not much that I can do on there, and it's like everything. I'm either in the trade, and the risk to reward, I'm not really seeing it appetizing. It's not really like, it doesn't make me want to use it at all. So please just maybe do like a full redesign and take what you have right now and rebrand it. Maybe give me a couple of examples before you proceed with a lot of code. All right, we're gonna fix this. I mean, I'm happy that our algo is doing a 90.5% win rate right now. That's my favorite part about what's happening with our algo. Well, I'm going to continue working on this simple platform, guys. I'd love to hear your ideas on how to make it better. But now we have alerts. Let's test this alert system, and then we'll wrap up the live stream. We did this and coded it on the live stream. So let's say I wanted an alert that Cardano was touching. Let's say it hits 19 cents. I want an alert. Let's see what happens. Armed ADA above 19 alert. Nice. Look at that. Now we have an alert system. I think this is an appropriate take profit. So we're going to hold into this position. And I say that because, look, our take profit's above this high. So if we just come at it, just simply test that as previous resistance as previous support, then that's going to hit our take profit. But it looks like we might even come back further. Hopefully we don't go too high. It doesn't look like anything else is doing that. Look, even Link has fully pulled back. So it looks like everything's fully pulling back. So there's your live trading for today, guys. We have a big day tomorrow. Happy Sunday. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like the video. Get on fade.market. And for those that are serious, get on the premium. It will be the best decision you ever made. Best trading platform in the world. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I love and appreciate all of you guys. And until